Hey everybody, this is Adam, the Para Prince, and I would just like to talk about something. I need to get it off of my chest, and also I need to get it into some people's ears. When it comes to me, I am not a piece of meat. Again, I am not a piece of meat. Um, and that is as plain as I can make it. I am not a piece of meat. um, because this goes to a comment when it comes to doing my dressing tutorials to share with everybody to help educate and demonstrate, show, just, all of that good stuff, etc. This goes to basically the comment about how, when I start my videos, when I'm doing a dressing tutorial, I start, in my diaper, and this is the answer to the question is yes, I do wear a diaper every day. And no, I am not going to make videos of myself just in a diaper and letting my legs spasm. That is very uncomfortable with my legs and my stomach. And then that is also just kind of all around embarrassing. Just the fact that I would be sitting there in a video talking the whole time just in a diaper and letting my legs spasm. I I do not need views that bad. I do not care about that. Um, and this has nothing to do with anybody's sexual orientation. This doesn't have to do with the way people look at me or anything else. This is just coming from um, the last comment on one of my videos, just asking if, do you wear a diaper all the time? And I would like for you to do more videos just wearing a diaper and your legs spasming. I mean, okay, I understand everybody has, their own, fetishes, and I'm not gonna lie, I do too. When it comes to females, I really, really, really love feet. That is my number one thing. I'm not gonna lie. I think women's feet and toes are just the most adorable and cutest thing ever. Especially when they have a French pedicure done. Oh, I love that. That turns me on mentally. Just, yeah, everything. If I could still feel down there, that is another aphrodisiac for me. The Para Prince loves feet. So, with that being said, once again, I am not a piece of meat. So yeah, I just needed to say that, get that off of my chest, and let the few people, well, not few, there's quite a few, but just let the people know that no, I'm not gonna do a video sitting in my diaper the entire time and letting my legs spasm. So I am sorry to burst your bubble, but I cannot do that. Now, if you message me and want to donate and contribute towards my Cash App, then that's another thing we can talk about that. Nah, I'm playing. Not really. No, but either way, when it comes to that, I now know how, a lot of women feel, how men will continuously, like send messages that are unwanted or send messages that are just very, very bluntly flirting and crossing the line to almost like sexual harassment, but these guys are smart and they know, not to cross that line, to not get in trouble with the law. But, dude, like, you guys are scumbags. Yeah, for real. Like, and to all the ladies who have went through that, I apologize for the male race, for the population of the men in Anchorage, Alaska, where I live, and just all across the entire nation and throughout the world. I apologize for how inhumane men speak to women. And just like, it's like I said, we are not pieces of meat. We are not on the meat hook, fellas. And maybe even some females out there, even though I haven't met you yet. But yeah, that is my rant. That is what the Paraprince wanted to say. But yes, in other I guess parts of my life, I had my CT myelogram done yesterday, and I was at the hospital from 12 o'clock until a little after 3. And when I was there, when I first went in, it's funny because when it comes to asking females out and just finding out, if they're single or if I can get their name or number, I am 0 for 2 now. But anyways, when I was in the radiologist's room yesterday, the girl Bethany, who was just, oh my goodness, she was very, very attractive. She reminds me of this pretty much this one girl who I'm still just like head over heels for. But either way, this girl, she had long dark hair, not necessarily black, but it was in between brown and black. It was very, very dark, and it was maybe around her shoulder blades, and she even it was a little wavy, And she even had like a couple of like maybe like gold tassels, like, but it weren't like tassels. They were just like one gold long strand, and like she was just like a cute, so adorable. And her name was Bethany, but she was just a nurse. And then they explained to me what was gonna happen. So they got me onto the table. I rolled onto my stomach, and the woman who was actually giving me the spinal tap, she found the spot, and uh, I was actually relieved because I didn't really feel anything. I just felt a little bit of pressure, and I was even able to view on the screen where the needle was inserted in between the vertebrae on my spinal cord, and I could even see the fluid being released, the blue colored dye, the contrast. And that was really interesting because as she filled that in, or as she put all of the dye in, I could see that area kind of turning gray. And then after that, it lasted maybe 10-15 minutes doing that whole entire procedure. And then after I had the dye in, I was on my stomach on the table, and Bethany came around and was standing in front of me, and she had the table tipped forward, and so my head was going down, and I had my arms like this, and so I ended up moving and then holding onto the table like that, and we tilted forward, and Bethany was in front of me. So they were actually helping the trying to get the dye to spread and start to travel up my spine and do what it's supposed to. Well, we go to the CAT scan room. They end up doing the images. That only takes maybe 15 minutes. Then I go to the recovery room in the ER, and I was supposed to basically lay down anywhere from 60 to 90 minutes. And then after about, and when I got in there, the older lady who was the nurse in the ER, her name was Debbie, and Bethany rolled me over there, and I was just about to try to sit up some and ask Bethany if she happened to be single, and if there was any way I could get her information, as hopefully her number. But I missed that chance. She ended up walking off, and I didn't have enough time to even say, hey, thanks. She just said, hey, have a good day, and walked off. Well, the lady Debbie, she noticed that I was trying to do something, and she was like, she asked me if I'd forgotten something, and I was just like, no, ma'am. I said, but I did. I said I was, wanting to ask Bethany if she happened to be single. And I was just like, because during the whole time of getting the spinal tap and getting the imaging done, I was just like, I was, working up the courage, and she was like, oh, no. She was very sweet, and she was like, oh, no, I'll help you out, and she was like, you want me to find out? She was like, you want me to tell her the guy, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no. I said, I don't want you to make it so obvious. I was just like, just find out, if she's dating anybody. And so then another nurse comes in, and she whispered something, and she was like, oh, we have to go back for more imaging because the doctor wasn't satisfied with what they had. And so I went back, and the order was I needed to actually, where I was laying down on that bed or on the table, they needed me to actually roll over completely times to hopefully like help move the fluid, help the fluid start to move upwards by its like eat better. So the girl who helped with that, she was also super cute. But either way, she helped with that, and then I did more imaging, and she was just like, yeah, the imaging's she said it came out a lot better this time. They didn't really tell me anything positive or negative. They just said that the images came out more clear. I guess they got what they were looking for. So when I got back, Miss Debbie was there again, and she was just like, I went and I talked to Bethany. She was just like, and she is seeing somebody, Sweeney. She was just like, I didn't make it obvious. She was just like, I had just asked her, I was just wondering, are you seeing anybody? Are you taken? And she said, yeah, that she had been dating somebody for a little while, and this lady was very, very sweet, and it was so awesome how she actually went and done that. But no, I'm 0 for 2 when it comes to that. So it's just like, yay, go Paraprints, and knock it out the park. But yeah, that is something that I have thought about, and the way I see it is, if I continue asking every female that I find attractive when it comes to like what I'm looking for with a female and a partner, is her smile, her personality, and not just like her looks. I mean, yeah, her looks, like, that is, not that important, but looks is always a plus. And the number one thing that I'm looking for is a good heart. A female who, she sees me for Adam, and she doesn't see my wheelchair. That's what people always see first, and that's what they always go off of when they judge me is, well, first of all, he's in a wheelchair, and it's just like, I would really love to meet somebody who, that was not my first impression of them, was the fact that I am in a wheelchair, because I am much more than what you see. And the only way somebody is going to find out all of what I have to offer, and just how nice and sweet I am, somebody would have to be willing to give me a shot. So yep, that's it. I just wanted to do that, so I'm going to end the video here. So until next time, I would just like everyone to know that if you do not hear it from anybody else today, that you heard it from this guy right here. I love each and every one of you just the way you are, and you are all beautiful on the inside and out. Please don't let anybody ever tell you any different. And the last thing is, I also ordered the one chip challenge, the Pocky one chip challenge, the black version. It's the 2020 version, and the chip is actually like charcoal black. So I cannot wait to get that chip and do that challenge. So until next time, this is Adam, aka the Paraprints. So to all of you wonderful folks out there, have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye bye.